From Liverpool with their mop-top haircuts, people were saying, my goodness, check this outrageous hairstyle and so forth. Times change and so do styles. This week we've been taking a look at New Wave. Do the parents like it? We'll show you an example. Here's Beth with part 3.
Charlie, you know you're moving into another generation when they mention rock groups and you've never heard of them.
That's right.
They don't ring a bell at all. Today, Lonnie Lardner continues her reports on the New Wave by focusing on a family made up of musical members, and their music brings one generation into the next. 24-year-old Warner Hodges plays in what he calls a new music band with country, rock, and punk roots. And as you'll see in this report, his country music singing parents support him 100%.
Dinner at the Hodges house in West Nashville. Tasty southern cooking, country style. The best in biscuits and broccoli, and lots of warm conversation. A family tradition.
It's not turnip greens, but it's broccoli.
Ed Hodges is a full-time instructor at the Nashville Auto Diesel College. His wife Blanche is a full-time hairdresser at a local salon. They both enjoy what they do, but they'd rather be picking and singing.
Anybody else for tea? Yeah. Now prepare for me, there's no parlor drink, we lay down $1 or 2.
Like their meals, their music is about as country as you can get. And it's no wonder. Mr. and Mrs. Hodges have been playing country music for years. In fact, the dream of making it in the music business was what brought them to Nashville in the first place 10 years ago. The Hodges saved photographs of their days as the Swingin' Strings, a group featured in clubs all over Europe when Ed was in the service. And this little fella, 2-year-old son Warner, got into his parents' act as well, by literally stepping into his father's shoes on the road.
He sawed off his shorts, well, he stands about now 4'2".
22 years later, Warner follows suit by stepping on stage to play, well, his generation's own brand of music. Warner likes to remind us that he and his music do not depart from his country roots. But he hates labels. He would only say that this is new music. What Warner will confirm is that he has borrowed something from the punk movement. He calls it energy.
An extreme amount of adrenaline or something hits you. And from the first song until the last song, you try to give it everything you have. I like coming off stage almost feeling like I'm physically sick. That way I know, I had nothing left to give them. I like to feel like I've just had fire beat out of me or something.
If you are like many parents, watching and listening to this so-called energy might make you want to duck and cover, especially if you were brought up on the basics. But that is not the case for Warner's parents. They say they love the sound, the show, and have even joined him in song on stage. It takes time, they say, to adjust to their son's music, but they say you can't just try it once.
My first impression was I was in awe, just like you were. And the next song is a little bit better. And the next song, you're starting to get involved with it, and by and by, you are physically and mentally involved with the whole thing that's going on.
Cause I was just a lad, barely 22. Neither good nor bad, just a punk like you.
But it's the volume that Mrs. Hodges has trouble with.
I have trouble hearing it myself because it's so loud. But that's because of our age. It wasn't meant to be for us, I don't think. I think it's meant to be for young people. I always tell Warner he plays too loud. But,
Well, she always told me that, too.
Yeah, I sure did.
says he likes to play all kinds of music, including country. But he usually prefers to, as he says, make sure his amp is turned up to head knocker. Even so, his parents support him 100%. And Mr. and Mrs. Hodges feel we should all be willing to ride the new wave of music hitting Nashville, and they are living proof that you won't destroy your country roots.
Isn't it strange how your parents are so open about this whole thing?
I'm lucky, aren't I? I'm really lucky.
I wrote that one.
Oh, Lord, I reckon you do.
Well, the Hodges story may not be typical. In fact, many parents find the new sounds very painful and the lyrics incomprehensible. But Warner believes that his parents' musical background made them naturally more receptive to Warner's generation's new brand of music.
If we can't get adjusted to that brand of music, does that mean we're getting older, you think?
I don't think so. When I saw yesterday that the camera went out because it was so loud,
Yeah.
I think that might be too loud for me.
All right. Does this continue tomorrow?
Martha and the Muffins, you know, have you heard of some of these groups? Where have we been? Martha?
Folks are being creative,
I
Beth.
guess so.
You're getting older, dear. That's what it is.
He's paying me back for yesterday.
You got that right. Okay, coming up, we will have the drawing for the tickets to the George Benson concert and a look at the arrival of cooler temperatures and hopefully some rain. Mike Bohan will check our weather. Channel 4 Magazine continues in a moment.